Welcome back to Crazy Bill's Garage. And today I have, well, you're looking at it, a Subaru Corporation made in Indonesia oil filter. So this is probably a really good filter. Now, last year I know I opened up a Subaru oil filter and it was spectacular. It really was. And I believe it was made in Indonesia too. Now, these ones are based off of the Toyota Roki oil filter. Tokyo Roki oil filters. I'm sure that's what they're based off of. At least that's what it read. And yeah, there we go. Yeah, Tokyo Roki. There we go. These are excellent filters. At least that's what I'm told. And, you know, genuine parts. Engine only. We got all the special stuff on here. Got the plastic to keep her safe. Nothing gets in. None of those bugs from Indonesia get inside here, right? I don't know. I really don't. I have no clue at all. But I do know I put this filter as a top 5. Might have even been number 2 or number 3. In my 10 best filters of 2024. So this could be back in there for into the top 5 again. Like, wow. But we're going to open it up. We're going to check it out. You know, I'm going to do a much better job this time looking at it than last time. Because I have my microscope here and maybe, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. The weight of this, 230.2 grams. And that's not it. 8.12 ounces. But, you know, I like grams, so I keep it on grams. You know. Canadian, eh? So there we are. I would say, yeah, this thing's already lubricated. And they didn't even, they even asked me this time before they just added a oil plug seal. They asked me if I needed one this time. I said, nope, I don't need one. I got a ton of those. And they said, oh, okay. So they didn't even add that to the price or anything. So with taxes and everything, it came to like $16 and something. Typical. This one actually will fit a 2018 Subaru Impreza with the 2-liter boxer. And I got this one because, you know, just, well, because it's a little taller than the 2006 Subaru Forester that I take on my my car out there. So I get it because it's a little taller and a little easier to handle. I'm guessing it's the same make though. Comes from Tokyo Roki. I'm so happy about that. Yeah, I didn't even look up any of that. Didn't even look in the box. Didn't even know if there was a filter in there. I sure am glad there is. But all right, we're gonna take this seal off. It's got a little lip on it, so it fits underneath this lip here. So yeah, she'll stay on hopefully. That, by the way, is 4.3 grams, if you needed to know. So now we're going to cut her open. So I don't know if you need to watch that. Probably everyone likes to watch everything nowadays. But, you know, we're going to skip ahead. So hopefully I skipped ahead there. If I did some editing. Oh, I'm sure I did. So there we are. We got her cut open. That wasn't too bad at all. Well, let's take the top off. Oh, I adjusted my camera a little. I don't think I like the setting I had it on, so I adjusted it a little bit. So there we are. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 inlet holes is natural for a Subaru filter. Yes, that is true. 6 inlet holes. Not the multi-tons of them that go around here that you see on Fram filters or anything like that. But, you know, the 6 here. And how many threads? 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 4 threads. This is well built. Not bad. I'm not going to try to be biased. I'm just going to say what I think. I think it's well built. There we go. So far, we got that part of her done. Now, what do we got here? We got a nitro rubber here for sure. I'm pretty sure it's nitro rubber. I don't really want to go outside and light this thing up and see if it is nitro rubber. Darn it. I'm going to say it's nitro rubber. So we're going to go with that. Oh, here we go. We got real spring in here. This. Ooh, that's pretty thick canister too. I got a real spring with a little cup so it sits down there at the bottom right in the middle. That is so nice. Oh, there we go. Isn't that nice? Ooh. It's a pretty good hefty spring. And here we are. Oh, look at this thing. Now you see why I say this is one of the better built filters? Like, wow. This is, yeah. And it doesn't have louvers. It actually has a holy tube. Oh, we gotta check that. Now that should be set like a 23.5 or something like that for pressure. I don't have a correct pressure checker here, but I do have a marker. So there we go. I got a marker. I'll tell you whether this is set right or not with my marker pressure. I really have no clue. I'll tell you right now, if that's 23.5, which I'm guessing it is, it does feel like it is slightly harder to press than some of those other ones. And I'll tell you right now, you'd never feel the difference. It just feels a bit harder to push down. So there. I know. Those boxer engines, they like these filters are supposed to have like higher bypass pressure. But you know what? That oil, I don't know if it could tell. Like I can push that down with my finger pretty easy and let oil through. And if that's 23.5, which I'm sure it is, it's made by Tokyo Roki, so I'm pretty sure it's dead on. But, we got the metal strip here. 2 beautiful, clean, beautifully clean. Now you see why I like these filters. I don't know why I don't buy these for my Subaru. Man, that might start. I'm not really driving my Subaru right now, so it don't matter. But that might start. Hopefully next year I'll drive my Subaru. But yeah. Now, what else I gotta do? I gotta count some pleats in here and measure the thickness of that cup. So let me get out my, well, whatever you call this thing. Digitable caliper? Is that how we say it? I don't know. Wow, that's in inches. Oh, there. Now we're in millimeters. Just feel like millimeters gives a much better measurement. 0.34 over here. 0.34. Over here. 0.34. There we go. She's round. She's at 0.34 all the way. That's not bad. That's actually not terrible. It's pretty strong. Nice filter. This one was made 11/13/24. There you go. Glad I showed that to you. I always forget to show you the date codes. And now we got to count up some pleats. So we're clocking in here at 59 pleats. Yeah, 59. Man, they got a lot in here. Wow. And I was doing a pretty closer look at this stuff. It looks like it's impregnated with something. I'm not sure. Couldn't find information on what kind of filtration it was. So I'm not going to guess. But I was looking pretty close at it here, and I was like, huh, it seems kind of shiny in spots. There's got to be some synthetic or something involved in here. But I'm not sure. Not sure at all. And I looked up a few sites. I try not to look up a few sites, but you know. And we got that off. There we go. And now we get to cut her up a bit with super knife. Should cut through her like butter. It is cutting through it. Not as much as butter would, but you know, it's pretty good. Wish I knew what kind of filtration it was, but I don't. Maybe I should just be quiet and let you listen to the music that's going on. Oh, sorry. There was music in my head too. I'm trying to think of what song I can use while cutting this up. There's gotta be something. You notice I'm cutting these slower nowadays, ever since I almost cut my finger off. And taking it much easier. There we go. That cuts so nice. It really did. So, peel her off. There we go. Take a much better look here. Wow. There's the glue. Gee, it's really nice. Impressive. Wow. Very impressive. You changed your oil twice a year. And you bought 2 of these filters on your Subaru. It's probably a good deal. At like 16. If you can change your oil 2 times a year and spend less than $40 on filters and know that you're getting a great filter to do the job, yeah, I think that would be a pretty good deal. But here we are. It's got a feel to it that is kind of, hard to say. It feels kind of not slippery, but smooth. That's the word I'm looking for. It feels smooth. We'll take a look at this through the microscope, and hopefully I can get in nice and close on it. I haven't checked the microscope today. I hope it's working. I really do. That's not bad. Well, now I got to measure it and check out how much filtration we have here. So this time I wrote the measurement on top of the box. Because the box is a nice white color, it's easy to write on. It's easier than to write on the filtration. 52 inches long, 132 centimeters. That's good. 2 inches wide or 5 centimeters. So that's quite a bit of filtration there that we're getting with this filter. I think the cost of it is pretty good compared to some of the other well-named brand filters so far. But I must measure how thick the filtration is. So this doesn't say how well it will filter, but it does say, looks like it will probably filter pretty good. 0.63 of a millimeter. It was probably filter good and flow well, I would say. That is a bonus. Now, I want to get a look at this through the good old microscopy. So there we are. There is the filtration for it. I don't think this is cellulose at all. This is some sort of glass mix media here. I'm pretty sure this media looks pretty good. This does not, believe me, through the camera, it looks not as good as what I can actually see what I'm looking at. For some reason, it just doesn't come across as well through the camera as looking at the microscope. I don't know why. But that is the filtration for the side that meets the oil coming in through the filter first. Let's get a look at the back side. And here we are at the back side, which looks pretty well identical to the front side. And I gotta say, this does not look like cellulose. Of course, I said that already, but looks like a pretty good filtration media to boot. There, I used the word to boot. So that just about does it for this one. Well, what do you think of this filter? Is this one going to reach into the top 10 again, or the top 5 best filters for 2025? My guess is yes. But I have to look back on a lot of good filters coming up. Well, that I did review through the last year and see how many contenders there are for the top 10. But this one definitely gonna be in there somewhere, I'm sure. This is a great filter. I should buy this more. But I am, yeah, it does have probably, yeah, it doesn't feel silicone to me. Just feels like normal. Could I do a test inside here? The wife would get mad at me. But let me see. It's not going to set off any smoke detectors, right? And she's never going to know. Yep, I knew it. Black smoke, so it's nitrile rubber. So there we go. We quickly did that, and I only smelled the house up just a tiny little bit. Oh, great. She's going to notice this. It really stinks in here now. It does not take long. Well, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And catch me on, I guess, Friday for another Used Oil Filter Friday. All right, thanks for watching.